In today's episode, I talk about the balance of content creation versus marketing. Welcome to episode 195 of the Honest Entrepreneur Show, where I help creatives like you to master your marketing. My name's Tom Ross, and let's get into it. Guys, we're 5 episodes away from 200 episodes. Can you believe it? I feel like I'm still just getting started with this show, but I'm still really enjoying it, to be honest, and I'm starting to hit that consistent stride again. Had like a week's vacation and bits in the last month, but we'll get back into it now. And so bring on 1,000, I say. By that point, hopefully things are gonna look a little bit different on the set here behind me. But we're evolving, we're always evolving, and it's been a blast. So I appreciate everyone tuning in so far.
This question is from Malka. Hey Tom, I'm wondering about the 20-80 ratio you've mentioned regarding content creation versus content marketing. What if you're not a brand yet and are relatively new to a niche and don't have that much work to show? Still 80-20?
Hey Malka, appreciate the question. I'm trying to understand your question, whether you're trying to say you should be doing more marketing or you feel like you should be doing less because you're new. But to clarify, I would say potentially do even more, because you need distribution. When you're starting out, no one knows you. You're in like your own little private echo chamber. And so you should be shouting everywhere you can. You should be making every connection you can, trying to get every reshare, every channel of distribution that I've talked about on this show going. Because when you start out, and this is my favorite metaphor for this, hear that, podcast listeners? It's like stoking a fire, right? You've got to get that fire going, and it can go out at any minute. But if you start getting that distribution, and it starts spreading and spreading, before you know it, it can catch on and it can spread. But it takes real work. This is the phase where you have to work especially hard getting that fire going. You're rubbing the sticks there, by the way, for anyone not getting that. But yeah, that's how I think about it. So if you don't have that much content, make more content. You should also be putting out a lot of content in the early days. I'm not going to lie. You can't just put out 2 pieces of content and then distribute the hell out of them. Consistency, very important. Quality, very important. And if you can, quantity, also important. So be pumping out content, but definitely disproportionately allocate your time and effort into getting that content in front of eyeballs, making connections, establishing a network, having a marketing and distribution strategy, and sharing it everywhere you can, because that really, really matters, especially in the early days, because you're not going to have as much inbound marketing. Another analogy that I like to use is think of a black hole. And the bigger the black hole becomes, the higher its gravitational pull becomes. So as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, more stuff gets sucked into it, gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it exponentially increases in terms of its gravitational force. At least that's how I think it works. I'm not a physicist, but you get the idea. When you are bigger, and you see this all the time, you get those gigantic accounts and they just seem to naturally grow and grow and grow and grow very quickly, because they're at that kind of capacity where people are just jumping into their community. In the early days, you don't get that effect happening hardly at all. And therefore, you need to be much more proactive about going and finding and grabbing audience members and bringing them back into your community via that distribution. Question of the day, what do you think your balance is? Content creation versus distribution and marketing. We're talking 20-80, 90-10. What are we talking? Let me know in the comments. Hey YouTube person, this is definitely not staged at all. But if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel for more goodness like this. And if you did like this video, I hope that you enjoyed these ones too.